Hello guys, welcome to today's video on United Filmers. This is the first video we've done in, if I remember correctly, 23 years. So yeah, this is going to be my attempt at a trailer breakdown with the new trailer of Doctor Who. I haven't done these with any of the other trailers because there just hasn't been a lot shown. What has been shown isn't something that can really be analysed. It can be appreciated for sure, like I have, but it can't really be analysed in detail. So I'm going to try and do that now because I feel like there's definitely a lot more to talk about. So let's get on with it. So the trailer opens up with, run-of-the-mill establishing space shot. There's comets, there's some lens flare, and there's a light source. And honestly, I think it looks really cool, quite cinematic as well. There's not really much else to talk about. In the next shot, there's a sunrise of the planet, which I assume from the last trailer is the one with the 3 suns. And also in the distance, 2 moons, or 2 distant planets, or 1 moon and 1 distant planet, something like that. You can't see the 3 suns, but you definitely know it's from that trailer. I just think it looks amazing, really. I think it's just a really beautiful establishing shot, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Right after that, it's another establishing shot, this time of a spaceship on a planet. We'll be seeing this spaceship again later on in the trailer, and again, I just think it looks, I don't know, it seems pretty nifty. Definitely looking forward to seeing these alien environments, that's for sure. After that shot, we have the Doctor emerging from some sand dust thing. I think this is a very cool way to introduce the Doctor to the trailer. Obviously, this is the first time we see the Doctor in this trailer, so I think it's a good way to bring her in. There's a lot of sand though, so I assume this is the episode 2, the Ghost Monument. The last shot with a spaceship, I also assume is episode 2. We're getting a lot of sand early on. Like the last 3 shots have been that planet, or what I assume is that planet, so we never know. But I'm definitely excited, and it's a cool shot nonetheless. Following that, we've got a shot of the Doctor pointing her new sonic screwdriver, which of course was seen for the first time in the first trailer, as well as a good look at Comic-Con. I'm not sure who's at the back, though I think that might be Yaz. And there's not really a lot else that you can be said, because I can't really make out the setting myself. No clues other than it does seem to take place in the modern day, or possibly the future. But there's not really any other clues other than that.
When people need help, I never refuse.
Then we have a clip about the Doctor talking about how when people need help, she'll never refuse, which of course the 12th Doctor begs to differ in Kill the Moon, but I don't blame her for forgetting that episode. This is the scene where she makes a new sonic screwdriver, so not really it's stuff we've already seen, but that's a new scene, so it's very exciting.
What do we do?
Why are you asking her?
Because she's in charge, bro.
Says who?
Says
I am very happy that we finally have some, officially released companion dialogue. I mean, it's not much, but it's nice to have another voice in there other than the Doctor, which is all we got in the first trailer, which was, fine at the time. Ryan does seem to be taking the center stage when it comes to lines, but I don't know, it's a funny little scene. Not sure who the other voice is, I can't really identify, so you could comment if you know with the list of the guest actors which have been revealed so far. I also love how incredibly Sheffield the accents are.
Let's get a shift on.
Standard sort of dialogue to move the trailer into sort of more action scenes, as we'll see later on. Again, this is from the Sand Planet, which I assume is episode 2, the Ghost Monument. Now I believe when the picture was revealed that these were going to be Centaurans, but when you take a closer look they seem cloaked. They seem skinny, they seem more humanoid, so I really doubt these are Centaurans, but I think they look quite cool, and I like the companion doctor running scene that we get here, so I think that's really cool. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it's really cool, but I really like that shot. I really do. Well, that's just your typical bad guy aim, isn't it? Now this is definitely an exciting shot. It's the Doctor and what seems to be the pilot of a craft, and they're in the cockpit or they're in the bridge or whatever. It does seem like they're looking at something for sure. Like, well, she definitely is. It could be flying towards something, flying away from a threat, but whatever it is, it doesn't look very good, judging by the expression on Jodie's face. Well, that looks awful close to her face, doesn't it? It's a red beam, so this is likely to be the threat previously seen on the Sand Planet. Again, this is probably episode 2. God, I love Bradley Walsh. I really like the expression on his face in this one, it's quite funny. It's interesting to note that he has that thing on his face, seems to be like implanted there, or maybe it's a weirdly circular, strangely coloured scab, though I doubt that. He also has a very malicious sort of face while he's pulling the trigger, so who knows what he's trying to accomplish with that one. But I just love Bradley Walsh. I'm really excited to see Graham on the screen. This is a typical explosion scene, pretty standard, but not a lot of clues on the setting. And I do think that this is Yaz. Not much else to say about it apart from that it looks pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure about anyone else, but to me, this looks and even sounds like the Dalek ray gun. I'm not sure how likely this is with Chibnall confirming the Dalek's absence. Maybe this is like the sort of solution, the solution that Chibnall came up with the Terry Nation estate, you know, with their weird agreement on Dalek rights and all that. So maybe they'll feature the Dalek weapon in order to give the Daleks a break this season, so that they can come back in series 12 or 13. Either that or I'm looking way too far into this trailer, but that is kind of also the purpose of this video. So I absolutely love it when Doctor Who hits us with a corridor running scene. It does seem to be the setting of somewhere that we're going to see later in the video, and it looks a lot different to the one from the previous trailer, however. Still, looks brilliant. I just love it. Ryan opens the door and is positively extremely scared by what he finds. I wonder what it is. You definitely cannot tell in the actual trailer itself, but we'll find out. This shot is a bit odd. Not really anything to say, but here it is in case you want to see it. This scene has been shown and analysed to death considering it featured in the first trailer, but I really just love how it looks. It's a nice sort of team shot looking at the planet. Has a really lovely cinematic feel. You know, the three suns makes it look just amazing. And don't ask me why, but I just love how Graham is wearing sunglasses. Seems fitting considering it's a planet with three suns, and from what I've seen and heard so far, it just gives me a Graham vibe. It's a very Graham thing to do. Here we have a new shot of the Doctor with goggles. This is going to be from the welding scene of her new sonic screwdriver. Following that, I believe this episode is the bus ride episode, which is episode 3. She's sporting, you know, the sort of pinkish red jumper that we associate with the episode from the last trailer. What I like about this is that she seems to be reading something off a sonic screwdriver and she has a confused face about it. So it might be that this episode isn't pure historical as we thought it would be, considering this is the bus riot Rosa Parks episode, which could have been pure historical. I was hoping this would be pure historical, but it does seem that she sort of detects something alien with the sonic screwdriver. So we'll have to wait and see, but I really hope that this is a pure historical episode. Here's an awesome shot from episode 2's Sandy Planet. Among the ruins that we'll later see the red laser beam wielding gun cloaked armoured guys. You may also notice that there are 5 people walking here, so it might be one of the many characters that Chris Chibnall told us to look out for. I wonder who it will be, and what their role in the story is, and how they meet them early on. But we know that this setting brings them trouble as they'll be fired at with laser guns. this shot makes me miss Capaldi so much. That being said, the jacket does look really cool on her. This is obviously episode 1, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I like how she says, I'm just a traveller. You know, hopefully we abandon the sort of god complex, which a lot of episodes were resolved with. You know, I'm the Doctor, run, the 11th hour. So hopefully we just go back to old fun. She uses, you know, her brains and wits to solve the story. You know, rather than her reputation to solve everything in the story. I mentioned the corridor running scene earlier, and I do believe that this matches the setting with the stripe, you know, the white room. I also noticed Yaz's absence in this scene, with 4 characters we don't know, and the TARDIS team minus Yaz. I also noticed that the pregnant man is there, or someone who looks masculine who's pregnant. Their picture was either leaked or revealed before, and they were quite a large talking point in the group that I was in when the pictures were released, so who knows what's going to happen, what the explanation will be, but it's an interesting setting and an interesting talking point as well in the story. Quite exciting. Here's another shot of the Doctor pointing a sonic screwdriver at something. I think this could be episode 7, as it was part of the filming block in Sheffield along with episode 1. I'm a bit worried with how much the sonic screwdriver is actually being used for, but we'll have to see if, you know, it's what the sonic screwdriver was actually for, or if it's just going to be, you know, plot resolving nonsense that we saw plague new episodes. You know, it is what it is. We also noticed that new character there. There was also a shot, a behind the scenes sort of set picture that was released with that character and the Doctor wearing a fanny pack. Yeah, that's interesting, I guess. These all seem to be shots from the same episode following. It's another shot of Graham with the thing in his head. Ryan doesn't seem to have one, though the lighting isn't great. Following that is an episode, it's a scene from the Doctor running alone. This reminds me a bit of the setting where Yaz was running from an explosion just the scene before. Shaping up to be interesting. Again, you know this is the same episode because of the colour of Ryan's hat and the fact that he's wearing it. That's from the shot with Graham. And then there's Jodie Whittaker running. She also seems to have something in her head, though that might be a headset. It doesn't seem as permanent or indented as whatever is in Graham's head. So it'll be interesting to find out exactly what those mean. Now this one is definitely an interesting talking point. We got this shot in the first Doctor Who trailer, except there wasn't this sort of CGI tentacle things, which opens up a mystery on what it could be. Also seems to have been made darker than when it was shown in episode 1. And yet again, this is the sand episode. Again? Are there like 5 sand episodes? Like, there's just a lot of shots seem to be borrowed from this planet / filming location, but we'll have to find out. This to me is definitely a spider's leg. This will be emphasized in the next shot as well. I saw pictures from filming of like a lab, and they had sort of tarantulas in sort of cages and stuff, so I feel like it will be this episode, which means it either takes place possibly in the present, possibly in the future. Here is the shot from them running. I'm not actually scared of spiders, I'm not an arachnophobe. I'd definitely run from that giant thing, which seems to be from the episode. It seems good to note here that the episode Planet of the Spiders, back from the 70s, which was Pertwee's final episode, I highly doubt these are the, what is it, the Great Ones? 8 Legs? Whatever, I don't remember. But I feel like it's worth discussing the possibility that it could be those spiders. No, I will not talk about Kill the Moon. Just no. This is a humorous shot from the Corridor Spaceship Pregnant episode. I'm just kind of interested in what the kicking of this fabric could achieve, because it seems to be blaring red, so there's clearly a state of emergency, so I really doubt this is fun, or playing football with a jacket. Bit funny though. This seems like yet another shot from the sand planet, and it's at night, which aligns from the previous shot with the sort of tentacles, and she's reaching out to something, which reminds me of a certain scene from a certain film. There's a lot to be answered on the 14th of October, where apparently the questions surrounding all the sand planet clips will be answered. This next shot is from the spaceship episode, which was the second shot that we looked at into in this video from the trailer. It may also be the clip from the cockpit that we mentioned earlier. So it'll be interesting to find that out and what this ship ties into with the story. Either that or it's with the white corridors, though I'm not entirely sure how likely that is. This sort of scribble monster thing whizzes past quite fast with electricity. Could this be the big bad of episode 1? This definitely takes place in episode 1 because we can clearly see her wearing Peter Capaldi's clothes. This might be the monster of the week for week 1 of the series, or it might just be, you know, one of their minions, or maybe a machine from their ship. Definitely plays a key role in episode 1, I'd say. Might just be really key and instrumental in the Alien Menace's plan, or maybe they are the Alien Menace. We'll have to find out. This is the final shot of the trailer, and she definitely looks very emotional here. She looks certainly on the verge of tears, so I'm just wondering what could she be so emotional about, and who does she direct that sort of kissing gesture to? She appears to be looking down, so maybe it's to a planet she just saved, or maybe even failed to save. That could definitely be really deep. It's definitely a strong shot to end on. Also, the triangles in the white room is very, very intriguing. Could this be perhaps a room in the TARDIS? As well, there's definitely a lot of speculation, not enough answers, not until the series airs. But of course, we can't be forgetting the best shot of the entire trailer, and that is this.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
Yes, just yes. These are all the shots from the trailer. I gotta say, I loved it visually. It looks extremely cinematic. It's definitely very exciting. I love the companion and the Doctor dialogue, but I've got to say, to end it on a sort of sour note, I wasn't a fan of the music choice. I think I'd have rather something original from a new composer, something dramatic, fun, you know. But it is what it is. Maybe comment your thoughts down below on the trailer, or let me know if I missed something that you may have spotted in the trailer, some information from casting which I didn't really get into this video. And of course,
don't forget to click below and subscribe to the
United Filmers.